I mentioned earlier at our annual general meeting this afternoon in somewhat a little more detail the work that Jeff Allen has done as our National Chairman over 6 years. He has been somebody who has absolutely committed his time and effort to ensuring that CEDA was an advocate for its ideals. He was someone that oversaw changes at the board level, changes internally within CEDA. He was someone that oversaw governance changes that were required to take us into the 21st century. He was someone that brought his breadth and depth of experience in research, public policy, and his knowledge of so many people out there in the broad community to assist CEDA. And that was his fundamental aim. And he's given it with some cost, personally, but he has always put CEDA right at the forefront of that commitment. He doesn't know this, but the Board of Directors secretly voted that Jeff Allen should be awarded honorary life membership, and I'm asking our incoming National Chairman, Paul McClintock, to present that award to Jeff now.
Thanks, Stephen, and Jeff, Governor Stevens, and distinguished guests all. Yeah, it's always a surprise to be knocked, the door to be knocked, and someone to ask you to do a job like this. And everyone says it's a real honour to do it, and certainly for me it is. As Jeff kindly referred to the fact that my father was involved in the very earliest days of looking at this issue. And when I was asked to be a governor, I responded and I said that I was very grateful to be asked, and I was delighted to be asked, and I copied this to my father, who is 96. And back in a few days' time came a 2-page description of the events that led up to the establishment of CEDA, right down to him having to get permission from John McEwen, because he was still a departmental officer, to actually go to the US with the team to actually start that process. And I must admit, I was dazzled by his ability to actually recall the detail. He assured me that when I retired and cleared my mind of all this commercial stuff, I will be able to do that as well, but I'm not entirely convinced. Certainly in my time in government, CEDA was the place that we went to make some major speeches about really the whole set of priorities that the government was trying to set during that period, and it was clearly the role that CEDA and only CEDA could do well. Certainly, as I've had the COAG Reform Council job, the Federation is very popular now, but I tell you, and Patricia can actually agree with this, it wasn't very popular to talk about it in early years, and yet we wanted to get out there and say the Federation mattered, and it was CEDA that gave us the chance to do that again and again, and not just, of course, in one place across the country, which is its great strength. And so the relevance of this organisation, it seems to me, is an absolute constant. Jeff spoke very warmly and I think effectively about the need for this debate to be going on in Australia at the moment, and certainly I feel that while there has been, lively debates and sometimes reasonably bruising ones in Australian politics, the issues are now so fundamental, the speed of globalisation, and given I'm a bit of a retailer as well, I can tell you all about those. This does require us to be cleverer. The barrier has been raised, and the intellectual barrier has been raised, and there are some real signs that the body politic has not caught up, and there is a growing gap. And therefore, I don't think there has ever been a time when it's been more important for places like CEDA. Having said that, I've just arrived, and I have been really impressed by what Jeff and Stephen and this team has been able to do with this organisation in the last few years. When you're asked to be a chairman of something, you immediately say what's wrong, or you're going broke, and to come in and have an organisation that's really humming, really on top of its agenda, is financially sound, the quality of the research that's coming out is consistent, and not many people can do the gathering of the discussion and the research at the same time, and these guys can, or we do it now, I guess I can say we. This has been a really impressive thing. So again, I add my own congratulations to the CEDA team, and particularly to Jeff for that extraordinary achievement. It's an important thing to have actually taken this organisation and got it back right on top of its game, and that's what's happened. If I can possibly take it from here, that will be great. If I do better than Jeff, it's only because he's given me an organisation with such momentum that I couldn't muck it up, and that is certainly my fervent hope. I look forward to meeting many of you in the time that I have in this job. In the meantime, I very much look forward to working with you all. Thank you.